What's up, guys? Chris Tips1. How's everyone doing? Today, we're going to talk about vinyl, and then we're going to talk about my first ever Korn show back in 1996. This album right here started it all for me. I wrote about this on my Instagram, so I figured out, maybe I can just make a video out of it and tell people why I collect vinyl. It's been very interesting because if you don't follow me on Instagram, most every night I'll take a picture of a vinyl, I'll post it on my story, and then followed by that, I post the 30-second video clip of the vinyl spinning, and I give you a little sample of some of the records that I own. The records I own could either be from bands, or they can either be soundtracks or movie scores or TV show scores or whatever. So it's either soundtracks or bands, and there's a good combination of both. Let's go ahead and start with why I collect vinyl. I remember my mother giving me this receiver, this double-decker. It was like a record player, and then it was like a cassette tape with her records. I grew up in the 80s, 90s, so if you had some sort of stereo or anything, any speakers in your room, it was quite rare. And I remember playing my mother's vinyl. She had the Beatles, Madonna, Michael Jackson. I remember her having a Village People record, and I would just play it just to play it. And for me, collecting vinyl and playing vinyl now, seeing how everything is changing. When you're born in, let's just say the 80s or 90s, you see the transition of technology, right? You saw the evolution of smartphones, of TVs, of camcorders, everything. And we're gone. Our phones can literally do everything now. People order food, DoorDash, Uber. You can freaking file your taxes on your phone. You can do anything on your phone, and it's having us becoming just more like the movie WALL-E. We're there already. We're not too far to being identical to the movie WALL-E, but this keeps me grounded. It keeps me present. Typically a record has 4 or 5 songs on average, 3 to 5. And then you have to get your butt up, and then you have to either flip the record or change the record. And just doing that, everyone's just, sit back in their couches and they're on their phones and they can play their music via their Bluetooth. This just makes it more real. Again, it makes you present. It makes you appreciate it, right? So when you go up to your record player, on a phone you just scroll up and scroll down. No, you're actually passing through your collection. You have to get that specific album from that specific artist, and you got to put that specific song you want to put on. It takes work. It's not just handed to you. And not only that, the sound of vinyl records is if you talk to someone who listens to vinyl, they know. I'm not a big audio head, but they do sound different. You get that old school, those cracks and pops and stuff like that. But it's very grounding. It's just I really don't know how else to explain this, but it takes work, it takes patience, and you're present with your music. One of the many things I got from taking ayahuasca is that music brings people together, right? Culturally. When you think of music, you go to weddings, what is there? Music. You go to a party, music. Concerts, music. Everyone's jumping, everyone's singing along, everyone's feeding off that energy, right? And in every civilization or every culture, music has been what brought people together. And what I quickly found out from the start of when I posted I post this on my stories, by the way, not on my actual page, but the first record I posted, I got a whole bunch of DMs. Holy crap, you listen to this band, or you have that soundtrack? If you like this one, check out this one by that same composer. Or, dude, that record, where did you get it? Or, hey, I didn't know you were into vinyl, you should check out this place to get this. Or we're sharing information, we're recommending different artists, different records, and I don't know the person that I'm talking to. I don't know if he's a male, female. Well, sometimes you can tell by the name, right? Male, female, black, white, left, right. It doesn't matter. It doesn't freaking matter. And that was really cool. I'm responding to everyone. I felt like that was my way of pushing out something positive, something different, even if it's minute. You know what I mean? I was pushing something that was bringing people together, bringing it out to the universe or whatever. So every time I post something new, and I post something different all the time, I get a different wave of interactions, different, it's the camaraderie. It's really weird, but it makes me feel humble, it makes me feel grounded, it makes me feel like I'm doing something right, and it feels good. It feels good. All right, so that's why I collect vinyl. Now let's talk about this crazy freaking concert. Oh, really quick. The reason why I haven't uploaded the past 3 weeks is because literally I've been focusing on myself. I've been working out a lot. I've been eating good. Darcy's got me in like 23 different types of vitamins. I've been writing. I've been reading. I feel completely, not rejuvenated, but feels good. Feel like I've turned a corner, believe it or not. And yeah. But now we're here when we're talking vinyl. It was October 11th, 1996. I was 14 at the time. My twin brother was 14 as well, and my younger brother was 13. Man's boyfriend at the time, we listened to Korn. And this album, we rocked the hell out of it, man. And he was like, hey, Korn's coming. You guys want to go? And we're like, oh, sure. Yeah, great. Of course. Let's do it. And that was, before then, I only been to like 2 concerts. The first one was Neil Diamond with my mother. She got in a fight with my stepdad at the time, and she still wanted to go to the concert, and she had that extra ticket, and she was like, Chris, go, let's go, you're coming with. And I didn't know who the hell Neil Diamond was. I was at least probably 9 or 10, and this was at the San Diego Sports Arena. And I remember that concert pretty vividly, because my mom made me wear a freaking suit, and just a bunch of old people. I didn't see anyone my age. I remember Neil Diamond playing Coming to America, though, and all these American flags drop down, and he's walking out of the freaking audience onto the stage, and it was hilarious. He was wearing like this sparkly freaking jacket. I don't know why I'm going off on Neil Diamond, but anyways, my second concert was Alanis Morissette. Don't freaking laugh at that. That was at the San Diego County Fair. And yeah, I remember that. But the Korn show was literally probably months after. So 1996, went to go see Korn in San Diego in a little venue called Soma. Soma is still there in San Diego, but it's a new location. It's kind of like where the old sports arena used to be at, but before, Soma was a venue that was near the University of San Diego. And we didn't know what to expect, right? Mosh pits, Nirvana back in the day, you're 14 and things, you hear a band, Korn, and, the internet wasn't really around. You couldn't watch videos. It was weird. At the time, I was in a Catholic school. So if you listen to the album, listen to the lyrics, it's a pretty dark album. And, Jonathan Davis sings about his childhood, and it's pretty deep and heavy. So here we go. Delinquent Habits opens up the show. If you don't know who Delinquent Habits is, they were a band who had a single in the 90s, but they were like this Spanish rap music group, rock. I mean, I don't even know. Just YouTube Delinquent Habits. They were okay. Then Limp Bizkit comes on stage. At this point, nobody knew who Limp Bizkit was. They didn't even have an album out. Their album didn't come out until 97, the $3 Bill Y'all. And that album wasn't even released yet, but when they came on stage, man, it was freaking amazing, dude. Like the first time really seeing rap and like rock metal collide. And I remember the last song they played was Faith, right? That's that cover song, and the crowd just went freaking ape shit, dude. Because it's a cover song. People knew the original, and it starts off slow, right? So you're like singing along. That chorus hits, and Fred Durst is just screaming, dude. Oh, it was crazy. And I remember they were throwing demos out. Back then demos were cassettes, and I don't know how I got one. I don't know if my aunt's boyfriend caught one or what, but he ended up giving me one. And that demo cassette, if you know Limp Bizkit, had Faith, Counterfeit and Pollution. Those are the 3 singles. So this was like right before that record was gonna release. And I rocked the hell out of that demo, dude. That demo was freaking awesome. But here we go. Korn comes on stage, lights out, pitch black, right? And all I hear is, and you know it's David Silva hitting that cymbal, right? It's the beginning of Blind. If you guys know anything about the song Blind, you know it's that slow build up. And when it's dark and Monkey and Head, you know, if you guys know the bandmates. But heart rate's going, and then Are You? And then, dude, freaking went wild, crazy, just apeshit crazy. Jonathan Davis, this is the first time actually seeing what he looks like. He was rocking like Adidas sweatpants, shirtless. And if you know anything about Korn, he's waving, dancing, banging. It was a freaking, it changed it all, dude. It was nuts. That show, after attending that show, I would literally go to concerts like every weekend. It didn't matter who it was. You go to the local venues. You're just in the scene. Wild. And I've seen Korn, like, maybe my twin brother Alex is the biggest Korn fan. Like, he was the big mega fan. I was just along for the ride. And I've seen Korn like 4 or 5 times after that. I saw him at Ozfest a few times, you know. But Korn, like, their music, they broke a barrier. When they came out, they sounded like something. It was, especially when Life is Peachy even came out, dude. You hear that song Twist, it was a start of something new. You know, back then, who were the other big bands? Obviously, you know, Metallica was around and shit, but we're talking about like people like Deftones. You know, Offspring was really big in the 90s, but this show is what basically started it off for me. This isn't a original pressing. This is a reissue, of course. I got this one on eBay, but to get this and playing it last week brought back a lot of freaking memories, man. Have you guys ever seen Korn live? Do you guys even like Korn? I want to know if you guys even collect vinyl. Hit me up. Check out the stories on my Instagram every night and shoot me any questions you guys might have. Let's give each other information and talk about music and not talk about politics and not talk about the little thing called, well, I'm not even going to say it, but you know, music brings people together. It's hard right now to stay positive, but this is one way we can do that. It's a minor little distraction to take away from all the crap that's going around the world right now. And yeah, typically just vibing on, man. Every night I always like to play a record. It's fun. It's definitely fun. But yeah, there's that, guys. This is another just chill video. Work's been great. Right now we are running a back to school sale, so head over to medzig.com. We got some really good roadies that are under 20 bucks. We got bundles that are $29.95. Check it out. But other than that, guys, hopefully the next video will be an Outlaw Vanilla review. I haven't gotten it yet, but I'm going to talk to Darcy, see if we can get some in. And yeah, I hope you guys are doing great. Stay positive, vibe on. I'll catch you next time, and you guys all know this. If you ain't dipping, you ain't living.